That's right. That's right. Who do you thank? Who do you thank for eating the ramen to propel the Orioles to a 2-game win streak, to a series win? I told you we would do it. The vibes are back. The Orioles win, and hope is restored. At least for now. At least for now. They got to keep it going. 6-2 the final score. This is Kevin and Zach React. We are here with you to react to every single Orioles game, win or lose. We've had to go through some bad vibes early, but you know what? These last 2 wins feels good. Feels good. Zach is currently calling the Ironbirds game with Mark Antonini. I think that game is in the 9th now, if I'm not mistaken. It might honestly be over. Did the Ironbirds win tonight? I don't know if they won tonight. They okay, stop of the 9th right now. It's 3-2. So Zach should be on probably in 15 to 30-ish minutes, maybe 45. I don't know. Maybe I'll do the whole show by myself. But you know what? We have a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the O's. We're going to talk about my favorite stat in this game. It's not the fact the Orioles won the series, although it's been a long time coming for that. We're going to talk about the offense, talk about Heston Kjerstad, and talk about Ryan O'Hearn. Oh, captain, my captain, Ryan O'Hearn, getting the job done. So appreciate everybody for being here. Appreciate everybody for rocking out with me here on this Thursday night. We are 1 week away from the NFL draft, which if you know the other show I host, Locked On Ravens, it's a big deal. But we're here to talk baseball. I'm wearing the glasses, one, because it's just cool, and the Orioles are fine now. Maybe they won't be in a little bit, but for now, they're fine. And we have to keep that positivity. But also, I still have my scratch cornea. It hasn't gotten all the way better yet. So I'm trying to limit my light exposure as much as we can. And Blue Man 25, appreciate you for the $5. How about that series win? 1 up, Sagano, 7 innings, 1 down, the base running. All hail Spicy Ramen. I knew it all along. I knew it all. No, I didn't actually know. Shout out to AJ. AJ was the one who got, and Aviator too. Those two are really the driving forces, and a couple others as well. But, Blue Man here mentions it. This is what I want to start off by talking about. Tomoyuki Sagano. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, 7 innings. 7 innings from Tomoyuki Sagano. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. This is exactly what I've been calling for all season long. All season long. The starters aren't going deep enough into games. It's going to tax your bullpen. You need to get more out of your starters. Even if they're not giving up runs, they're giving up a lot of scattered hits. It's limiting their outings. It's increasing their pitching counts. Tomoyuki Sagano does exactly what I've been waiting for all season. Exactly what I've been waiting for all season. He goes 7 innings strong in this one. I was super impressed. 5 hits, 2 runs on the day. No walks. No walks for Tomo. And just 3 strikeouts. But you know what? This is what we know about Tomoyuki Sagano. And this is something Ryan has talked about on the Ryan Rifkin show. It's something that we've talked about on Kevin and Zach React. Something, we have talked about, me, Zach, and everybody here in the chat. Tomo's not going to be a high strikeout guy this year. He will have games where he does it, but he is more of a pitcher, not a thrower. Feels like across the MLB, not everywhere, but, the trend has been, hey, if you can throw hard, you're up. But Tomo knows how to strategically locate those pitches. And even if that doesn't result in a lot of strikeouts, even if he's not throwing 100 every single pitch, which again, don't expect that because it's not coming from him, he methodically knows how to place pitches and how to get guys out. And he did it for years and years and years overseas. He comes over to the MLB, to Baltimore. And this is something, and I see Kieran talking about it right here, you take this kind of outing all day long. I mean, look, if the Orioles had this kind of outing every single time, I don't know if they'd lose the game, if I'm being honest. I mean, you get 2 runs, and not only Tomo, got to give a shout out. The bullpen got the job done. Sir Anthony Dominguez had some nasty pitches in there. Keegan Aiken, he allowed a hit, obviously, but they were able to get out of it. And then Felix Bautista coming in, slamming the door shut. He allowed some base runners, but he got out of it, all right? And this is something that you kind of expect from Felix as he gets his feet back under him. I tell you what, this wasn't – oh, man, All right, I'm debating whether to say it or not. I'm debating. You know, I'll say it. This was the most complete one of the year for the Orioles, and I'm even counting last night. And that's it's not I'm not trying to discount what Dean did last night. I'm not trying to discount what the offense did last night. That was an awesome win. But the way that this one happened, where, you know, there was a base right, like Ramon, there were miscues in this game still. I think last night there were sloppy plays left and right. The Guardians got opportunities and the Orioles got out of those games. Or not the games. They got out of those situations. They won the game. Tonight, yes, you still had a couple of what in the world is going on here moments, but Tomo goes 7. The bullpen shuts it down. You have Ryan O'Hearn. Gunnar gets 2 hits, including, again, we talk about the lineup tinkering. Brandon Hyde put Seti at the top, Gunnar at 2, Adley at 3. And Gunnar goes 2 for 4. The mindset is he's going to see more pitches. Goes up in that first at bat and lasers one out of the yard. You know, Heston continues to do Heston things. And again, when Zach comes on, I'm sure he'll say this as well. We got to get some Woo Pig Sui in here. I'm sure if Joe pops in for a call in, but Heston needs to be playing every day. This is not new information to any of us. This is not, you know, something that is very controversial, especially with Colton out, in my opinion. So I'm super impressed with this team. And again, it's a long season. I just want to tell everybody right now and prepare everybody. There are going to be a lot more ups this season. There are going to be a lot more downs this season. What I want to see out of this club, and they can even lose their next game, and this is what I want to see. I want to see them be able to continue to manufacture runs, and they can do that with the home run ball. Again, it's okay to do that every once in a while here. I mean, the Orioles, they got guys on base, but this is what we're talking about. It wasn't like they were solo homers. Ryan O'Hearn with the 3-run shot. I get the whole Ramon thing, but still, 3-run shot. Heston, guy on base, right? Gunnar hit a solo homer, but even though the runs came on home runs, it wasn't 3 solo shots, right? That was the issue, where guys weren't getting on base to give you those opportunities to not just drive in yourself, but drive in your teammates. That's something Zach and I have been talking about for a really, really long time. And the Guardians are not this team that has like no talent, by the way, either. I mean, look, Tanner Bybee was on the mound. He goes 5 2/3. It was a rough day for Tanner Bybee. I mean, I'm surprised he still went 5 2/3, like, for the outing he had, but 4 walks in this game. The command wasn't really there. 5 hits, 6 runs. Like, it wasn't great. Now the Guardians bullpen was able to shut things down from there for the most part, but even still, what Brandon Hyde said after the game was early leads are important for this team. It's good to get ahead, especially, look, for this Orioles club, we've been in situations this year and obviously at the second half of last year where they would go down like 2-0 and we'd say, all right, that's it. The game's over. You know, it just felt like that magic of a couple of years ago when they were the cardiac comeback kids and no lead that they were facing felt too big for them. We didn't really feel that. You know, if this is the year, and look, hopefully they can do this, but we've seen times even in the struggles a couple weeks ago where they would get out to a lead, but then the pitching staff would allow them to get back in early. Like Charlie Morton, there was an example with him where it just felt like the Orioles were trying to climb back in the game, and then Charlie Morton would give up another run or two, and it's like, okay, they can't climb back. Let the Orioles be the aggressor, right? Let the Orioles be the aggressor. That, to me, I'm fine with Gunnar being in the 2 spot. Like, again, we talked about this last night. You know, we had multiple people who called in who did talk about this, where if you want Gunnar to see more pitches or have opportunities in the top half of the first inning with more guys on base, at least you would hope, I'm okay with that, because long-term, my ideal leadoff hitter is Jackson Holliday. If Jackson continues to progress, he continues to improve, my ideal thing would be Jackson at 1. You could even say Adley 2, Gunnar 3. I guess you can flip-flop Gunnar and Adley if you want to. I'd prefer Adley at 2 and Gunnar at 3. This, to me, because there were some weird decisions lineup-wise from Brandon Hyde so far this season, right? Nobody's debating that here. But I think that tonight's lineup was actually thought out and methodical. And look, just replace Laureano with Kowser, and I honestly would roll this lineup out. Like, you can even make the argument of put Westberg in the field, you can put O'Neill at DH. If Ramon has it, you can put Ramon at DH or even Westy, like whatever it is. If you roll out a lineup, and let's just say by the end of the year, Jackson has become a guy who you can put at the top of the lineup. If it's Jackson, Adley, Gunnar, O'Hearn, Cowser, Westberg, Heston, Mountie, Steady, although whatever that looks like, and then whoever, O'Neill maybe, regardless, that to me, maybe a little tinkering here and there, is a very formidable lineup because it gets guys in front of Gunnar. I get that you want to have your guys get the most at-bats who are your top players. We see a lot of top players hitting in the 2 spot, hitting at the leadoff spot this season. I think for Gunnar, it's good for him to be in the 3 hole, right? That to me is, what I'm excited about. So, and I know, Aviator, let me see if I can pull up the song. Oh, Zach just texted me, the Ironbirds blew the lead in the 9th. Oh, no. Well, you know what? I want the Ironbirds to win, but if we had to sacrifice the Ironbirds for the Orioles to win tonight, then it might have had to happen. All right, let me try to get the Orioles Magic song up. I guess I'm in Zach's shoes right now. Orioles Magic. I had an English teacher when I was in high school who would play the Orioles Magic song every time that class started. So he was that big of a fan. So, all right, here we go. It's an ad. Oh, all right. Let's wait for the ad. There we go. Should start. Make the magic happen. Magic of Orioles baseball. And the game is close. And the oaks are high. That's a thundering roar from 34. You give it all they've got. You have fun, no. Who's gonna hear the call? It's a dance. That's the magic of Orioles baseball. The Baltimore Orioles. See, now I feel like Zach. That was a beautiful moment we all just had. That was a beautiful moment. That it's so much better, it's so much more fun when the vibes are back like this. And we can celebrate wins and we can talk about how good the team looked. Because look, this is a team that coming into the year, yes, the offseason didn't go. We talked about it. It wasn't really a fantastic offseason, right? But regardless, when you have the talent you have, there were expectations for this team. That there were. You're talking about a team that, yes, the playoff results have been disappointing. You need to win a playoff game. I would hope they can do that this year. But the AL is also wide open, and Ryan talks about that a lot, where, like, let's play a game. Who is your favorite? Like, if you had to choose today, who do you feel most comfortable with winning the AL right now? I don't know if I could put my finger on it. Like, Detroit, like Texas, is it Baltimore, Yankees, Red Sox? I don't really know. Yeah, you know what? Spirit Bomb, I overthought it. It's White Sox. I can't. How did I forget about the White Sox? No, all right, let's look at the AL standings real quick. All right. So you have the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Tigers, and the Rangers all at 11 wins at the time we're recording this. The Red Sox have 10, along with the Mariners. Angels have had a better start than a lot of people thought they would. The Blue Jays are having a better start than people thought they would. But, like, again, this is such a wide open. Yeah, Royals are a solid choice. There are teams that you could say, like, hey, is it going to be the Yankees? Like, is it going to be the Rangers? There's a lot of time left, but the Orioles have put themselves in position And the pitching staff still greatly concerns me, especially because, Tomo was supposed to come in and, be a piece. Now it feels like he has to be the ace until guys get back. And who knows if Grayson even comes back. I just think that that's going to be your make or break. Where tonight, Tomo shoved. He did his thing. And I just, the Grayson update was disheartening today. I don't have a ton of confidence in, I hate to bring these vibes up during a win, but it looks like Tomo is going to have a much bigger role than people thought. It seems like Brandon Young, I don't know if they've made an announcement on that, but him going down seems to have probably be the option. Guy that comes up, pitches a day. He deserves it. It's, I don't know. There are a lot of things to like about what the Orioles have done over these last 2 games. There really are. And I just hope that they can continue to capture the momentum and get back on track. And you do have an opportunity to do that, by the way. Win 2 or 3 against the Reds. Maybe you can sweep the Nationals. I don't know. Get a little crazy. These 2 NL series are going to be huge. But right now, you've evened it up. Or no, I guess you haven't. I guess you now are 3-2 on the homestand because the Toronto game was postponed. Win 2 of 3. Get out of Baltimore with a winning record during the homestand in terms of those 3 series. And you put yourself right back in the conversation. Yeah, I see a lot of comments about about me wearing the sunglasses in here. I don't know if the chat is glitched for me or not. I need to check YouTube. I don't know if I can see the chat anymore. That would be bad. Yeah, I guess Zach's not. Yeah, the chat is glitching out for me in the StreamYard. I don't know. It just keeps replaying the same comment over and over again. Okay, well, I guess I'll keep with the chat on. I'll try to watch myself on YouTube while keeping up with the chat. So, welcome into Kevin and Zach React. We are your Orioles post-game destination. Zach is currently calling the Ironbirds game. He texted me the Ironbirds have blown the lead, so we'll see what his ETA is. We'll do call-ins in a few minutes here just to get those rolling. If you want to become a member, that's where you can get access to the call-ins. We have a lot of fun with those. I also have started my TikTok journey. For those who don't know, you can follow me on there at ChaosStriker34. We're trying to win $5.6 million on MLB.com's Beat the Streak. I was 2 for 2 again today. We got it up to 6. Bobby Witt and Corey Seager coming through for me. So we are now 6/56 of the way to $5.6 million. I almost picked Seti tonight too. I was teasing it on the show. I really wanted to pick Seti. He did not get a hit. So I guess I'm glad I didn't pick him there. So, hey, man, I'm on a little bit of a roll. I don't know who I'm going to pick tomorrow, but, the big thing is if I do win $5.6 million, I'm going to give Zach $3. Or maybe I'll give him $56 for 5.6. Maybe I'll be a little nicer and give him $56. But yeah, follow along on my journey. I'm still trying to figure out how to use TikTok. I'm very bad at it so far, which is honestly, it's funny because my videos are like, there are those pauses in between the videos and I don't know how to edit them out. I don't know if you can even do that in TikTok. So yeah, follow me over there, ChaosStriker34. That'll be my challenge. And Stack, I see your comment. I can't pull up your comment because my chat is glitched. Oh, wait, no. I don't know what the heck's going on with the chat. O's are undefeated since Kevin jacked his eye up. Gotta have someone to follow him around. I did this on Tuesday. All right. And the Orioles lost on Tuesday. So that is actually not the case. Not the case. My eye is spared. It was the ramen. It was the Tuesday night ramen where we broke the curse. Right. And you know what, Aviator? You're 100% correct. You know what? You're right. I'm giving Zach 56 cents until he gives me that White Star hat. He's doing me dirty. He's doing me dirty. All right, let's get some call-ins going. I'm going to put the link in the chat for everybody who is a member. That is how you get access to the call-ins. We have a lot of fun with that. So let me do that quickly. Vibes are up, vibes are back. You know, we love, Zach and I both love the community we've built over here on Kevin and Zach. I almost said Locked On Ravens. I'm actually coming up on Locked On Ravens on my 1,500th episode. I have not missed a weekday episode of that show since I started back in 2019. Weekends, holiday, weekends, they're bonus episodes sometimes, but Monday through Friday, I've never missed an episode since August 2019. So, Thanksgiving, Christmas, everything. I'm at 1,490. So 10 more episodes until 1,500 over there. All right. Call in link should be available for everybody. It's the top thing under the post tab in the Kevin and Zach React channel. So if you want to call in, talk some shop with me and maybe Zach, if he joins, we're praying for Zach and the Ironbirds. Hopefully they can win and Zach can come on here. For those that don't know the Ironbird story, Mike Mark Antonini gave each of us an opportunity to call an Ironbirds game, all of us on the Ryan Ripken show. And I don't remember who had, one of the guys, not me, but one of the guys had this crazy story, the Ironbirds did this, this is that. It was my first ever minor league baseball game, in the Orioles system I've ever been to. First game I've ever called, this, that, and the other. First time I've ever been to the Aberdeen Stadium. I watched the second ever no-hitter in Ironbirds history happen. It was a combined no-hitter. So, I mean, I don't know. I get maybe I'm just a good luck charm. I also can be a bad luck charm, but you know what? Maybe for the Orioles, I'm a good luck charm. And Officer Caitlin, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Maybe a first-time listener. Appreciate you and appreciate everybody who's tuning in to Kevin and Zach Reactor. I guess right now it's just Kevin React. But Zach hopefully will be with us. Let's do a little Ironbirds update before I get to the first call in. It's bottom of the ninth. Oh, it's 7-3. Wow. Brooklyn put up a 5 spot in the ninth. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, I think the game's over actually now. Yep. All right. Ironbirds lost. We had to sacrifice the Ironbirds for the Orioles tonight. We'll take it. Hopefully both teams can get the job done. Jabba, what's up? We had a lot of hi Kevins. And you know what? I think some of this might be from SpongeBob. I was not allowed to watch SpongeBob when I was younger, but I know the reference because that's the most popular thing from that show. All right. Let's start with our man down in Arkansas. I know what we're about to do right now. Joe, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready, baby. Let's do it.
All right. Ooh, pig suey. One more time. Ooh, pig suey. All right, we'll round it out. Ooh, pig suey. Razorbacks.
There you go.
Man, you were on it, man. Heston is coming. Heston's alive.
The man can play baseball, can he?
I think he might know a thing or two about playing baseball.
I mean, I think he also knows that he needs to produce because when Colton comes back, if he's not playing ball, his ass is going to AAA.
Man, it's crazy because even like a couple weeks ago, we were talking about like it doesn't feel that far fetched, but now that he's doing this, even with Colton coming back, I mean, there's no way you can't play him. Like even if you're putting him in the DH spot, like
Play him versus lefties too. Just
that's the next step.
Get him those ABs. Let's do it. It's a good day to be Heston Kjerstad.
Yeah, and here's the thing, especially if he can make defensive plays like he did last night. Like this is a guy that I think, every young player goes through. I don't even know what I want to call it. I guess early career. I don't know if it's jitters or just figuring stuff out. Heston was figuring stuff out for a decently long time, and that also is because he wasn't getting a ton of opportunities. So it's like when he's supposed to figure stuff out if he's not getting in the field or not hitting. But now that he's in this everyday role, I mean, this is what I mean, Joe, you've known this forever, but like Heston is somebody that when you give him everyday at bats, when you give him everyday opportunities, he's going to produce for you. Like that's what we're seeing right now.
Yep. He knows how to play the game of baseball.
Yeah. I love it. Are you as pumped as me that Tomo went 7 today?
Yeah, I called it. I said 7 innings. I called it earlier.
Man, you might just, what's your next call? What's your next prediction? I know are you still on the 108 train for the wins?
Oof, man.
I'm testing you here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
They're going to turn it around.
Yes.
You got to stick with it.
I love that we can get so high when the vibes are back and so low when they're not. This is when you need to go the 108. They won 2 straight. They're never losing again, especially because I ate the ramen. And you know what, Joe? You helped me through that process, giving me some lessons on how to cook some ramen. So,
yep. Did you hit the? I haven't seen the video. I haven't been on the talk today. Did you?
I did. I hit them. I got Bobby Witt and Corey Seager, and both of them are. I got them in. Corey Seager got his hit in the first at bat, and Bobby Witt got his in the second. So I'm
3 down.
6 for 6. Six guys down. 50 more to go. So.
Oh, okay. So that's how it works. You don't have to do 56 straight days. You just have to get.
Well, yeah, you have the option to pick either 1 or 2 each day, so you can pick only 1 if you want to, but you can also do 2. But if one of your guys doesn't get a hit, it doesn't matter if the other guy does. The entire thing goes back to 0.
Okay, all right. So there we go.
I think my high, because I used to play back when I was in like college and high school. I think the highest I ever got was like 29 or 31, but no one's ever done it. The highest has been like 51. I think that's it. So.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
I know. Zach's gonna get his 56 cents before I get my white star hat.
I'll take $100,000. I'm not greedy.
Say, you gotta show me some show. I gotta show you the money, Joe. I gotta show you the money.
Just pay off the house for me, Kevin. We'll be good.
Man, you know what? I might have to do something. If I do win that $5.6 million, I might have to do something for the community, man. That'd be crazy. But
I'm a generous guy, but I won't say I don't care about the community because that's a really mean thing to say. But pay off my house,
man.
The rest of them.
You know what we do? We have an awesome community, Joe. And you know what? You're a big part of it. So I appreciate you. You got anything else before you head out of here?
Man, it was a beautiful day to be a Razorback.
Man, you know what, Joe? Hopefully every day, we can do a Woo Pig Suey because Heston gets something done for the O's. So
I'm on board. You know what, Kevin? They hate me because they can't be me.
Joe, you're the man. Appreciate you. We'll talk soon, all right?
And you still have the only no-hitter.
I know, and you know what? It's honestly, I'm gonna go back and do it with Mike, but part of me is like, do I really want to spoil the no-hitter? I guess if I go, it's just gonna have to be another.
It has to be a perfect game or something.
I know. There's only one way it can go up, and that's a perfect game. So,
a one-man no-hitter, but you're not going to see.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's true. All right.
You're not going to see single A guys throw 9 innings, though.
That's not good for him. So, perfect game. That's next up. Joe, appreciate you as always, man. We'll talk soon, all right?
Yes, sir. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Yes, sir. Peace out, Joe. Yeah, I feel for Zach. I feel, not everybody can beat me with the Iron Birds luck. I don't know what it is, but ramen, pineapple juice, no hitters, beat the streak. I'm just on a roll right now. All right, let's get to our next caller, Steve. I see him back there. He's got the Project Pat jersey on. Look at that. That looks clean, Steve.
2 days in a row I've worn it.
And 2 O's win. So you know what?
Exactly.
You better never take that thing off.
I don't think I can.
Maybe it wasn't a ramen. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was you the whole time.
But what I've found interesting about the last 2 games, both Sagano and Kramer shoved.
Yeah.
3 homers in each game, albeit base running was a little sketchy at times.
Yep.
But the Mountain closing it out, just absolutely. But that slider splitter Dominguez through Ramirez, I believe. Ew, that was gross.
Disgusting. I'll tell you, these Orioles pitchers have nasty, and it's all like in different ways too, which is awesome. Like, you know, they can get you in so many different ways. I mean,
like Sagano against Kwan to start the game, that splitter he threw to strike him out. Ew.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you got so many different guys that can throw you so many different pitches and just make you look foolish. And again, like Kwan is really good. Like he's a pest to play against. Like he's one of those guys you're like, come on. Like he comes up with a guy on base, you're like, would probably rather face anybody else or mostly anybody else than that guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I got to give Tomo a lot of credit. I was talking about it earlier. He wasn't expected to be like this big part of the rotation. Like obviously he was supposed to be an important piece for them, but with Grayson going down, with Eflin going down, with Morton struggling the way that he has, it feels, at least this is how it feels for me, Steve. I don't know if it feels this way to you, but every Tomo start feels like the ace start in this rotation now. He's the guy that I feel most comfortable in. You know, Cade also, I think, has done a pretty good job. But Tomo's the guy that I think, you know, he goes out there and I'm just like, man, I'm expecting consistency from Tomo, and that's what it feels like every game for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, even, what was his last start? Kansas City? No, Toronto. Was it Toronto? Yeah, Toronto, the Saturday game.
Yes. Yep, it was Toronto.
He didn't look bad in that start. Couple mistakes, but Orioles still won that game, I believe.
And, you know, he limited the damage in that game. They won 5-4, and part of it was because, you know, Tomo gave up 8 hits, 2 walks, but through that he only had 3 runs given up. So he was able to limit the damage, which was important.
And then you look at tonight, goose egg in the walk column.
Yep.
2 runs on solo shots.
That's it.
And here's a fun fact. I did the math. The Orioles needed a grand slam for the homer cycle tonight.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that would have been a
solo.
You know what? They have it. They have it through 2 games. The 2 wins, they have the homer cycle. So you know what? Why don't we'll count it for now because we need the vibes to be as high as they can. So, man, I love it. Anything else, Steve, on the way out?
I'm just looking. I am knocking on wood, praying, crossing my fingers. Brandon Young starts on Saturday.
We need to see it. It's my preference. I mean, he's earned it. He deserves it, and I think that he could turn out a pretty solid outing for him anyway. I think he's their best option here. So, hopefully they can get the job done. Steve,
2 of 3 against Cincinnati, and I think they will hurt Hunter Green Saturday.
I'm hoping 2 or 3 against Cincinnati, and hopefully you can maybe sweep the Nats, maybe play around, sweep the Nats. That would top off what I think is a really solid start here for them through these 2 games. They're showing a lot of what we've wanted to see. They just got to do it consistently. So
exactly.
Thanks, Steve. All right. Well, you know I appreciate you, man. Thanks for checking in. We'll talk soon. All right.
All right, man.
All right. Peace out, Steve. Boom, 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 boom. And I just see esteemed guest of the show, Ryan Ripken. He might be a first-time listener. I don't really know if I've heard this name before. Checking in, saying the O's. Just the O's. Didn't even put R fine. Just said the O's. Maybe he'll drop the R fine later, but appreciate you checking in, Ryan Rickman. I've heard you're a pretty cool dude. At least that's the word on the street. So my streak did continue. Jabo, I was talking about it. For those that don't know, you can follow me over on TikTok, KSharker34. Beat the streaks up to 6. I had Bobby Witt and I had Corey Seager. So both those guys got a hit for me. We're on the quest to win $5.6 million. All right, next call in up. We got Ray behind the scenes, behind the stage. We're going to bring him on. Ray, what's going on, man? These 2 wins feel good, I'll tell you.
They do. I'm back in the 410 in beautiful White Marsh, Maryland. I went to the game that I actually.
Hey, let's go.
And I'm going tomorrow and Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. And what have I been telling you in the couple times I've called? If you get, I don't care about ERA with this rotation. I mean, let's be honest. If you give me length, and you give our offense a chance to win, that's the Orioles' best shot. And Sagano, other than 2 batters and was 4 pitches on the night, was brilliant. Everything you want from a starter. And honestly, Kjerstad's going to be, as a prospect, I think a lot of people like Kjerstad. I like them better than Cowser. I'm excited to see what they do when Cowser comes back because I think Kjerstad can be really special. But, and on top of that, Hyde must listen to the show because Gunnar was not batting leadoff. I did not have an aneurysm getting this lineup card today.
Man, I'll tell you, and it's so funny because this is almost exactly to a T what we talked about. It's get a guy or 2 in front of Gunnar, let there be opportunities for him. And while again, Gunnar had a solo shot, said he wasn't on base when Gunnar hit the homer. Right. This is what I love about it is you still manufactured your runs with the home run ball, but you had guys getting on base for it, where at the end of last year and the start of this year, it was they hit 4 homers, but they're all solo shots and you lose 6-4. Where in this game, it was 3 homers, but as Steve said, it was solo, 2-run and 3-run, and those were your opportunities. Those were your runs. And that to me, but I'm with you where, I've been preaching it all season. You've been preaching it. Getting these starters to go deeper into games was the priority because, it was so often we'd see them go 4 1/3, 4 2/3, 5 1/3. You have to rely on your bullpen. You don't want to be in the situation where your bullpen is taxed by the time August rolls around. I'm not saying they're going to go 7 every game. I just don't think that's how it's going to work. But this was a really good opportunity for Tomo to show that, hey, he can go deep into games. I don't know if people were expecting him to be just, oh, he's only going to pitch 5 or 6 innings. I mean, this, we're not even in double-digit starts for Tomo. And I mean, I don't know about you, Ray, but for me, he's blown away my expectations for him early.
Well, I see the thing is, and I thought tonight, and this is why I was really confident in the Orioles winning this series, is against a team like Cleveland that doesn't strike out a whole lot and is going to play to contact. I think that suits Sagano. That's sure. What type of team he's going to do better against. And overall, I mean, how can I not? I mean, to be honest, with the state of this rotation, I mean, how can I not be impressed? I mean, let's be honest. I would be the number 5 starter on this team right now. But all things considered, the only thing that you take out of this game is the base running was atrocious. I mean, I'm sitting down the first base line in the second deck, and Urias, as soon as Austin Hedges steps up to throw, I'm like, he's out. It's not even close. Where's he going? Where are you going? I don't get it. And he got bailed out at the home run. But, I mean, I know and look, Cedric got picked off, and that wasn't close either. But Cedric gets the benefit of the doubt because I think Gunnar swung on a pitch he wasn't supposed to hit. I know I've seen people say it's a hit and run, but I think he made contact when he wasn't supposed to. That's my personal opinion. I mean, look, the Orioles were, in my opinion, it's been what I've expected. I know people were kind of cautiously optimistic. I actually think Morton in his last start wasn't as bad as people thought. I thought Hyde did him a disservice bringing him back in for the 6th inning, giving him that extra run. Povich has been really good other than Mateo playing center field, which made no sense. And they rectified that with the error. But the thing with Povich is, and it's what we needed from Kramer and Sagano and God the last 2 nights, we need Povich to go deep because he gets his pitch count up early. In the home opener, he had that 14 pitch at bat. I think it was Bregman. But if we get 5+ innings out of Povich, setting us up for Brandon Young, and I know we all have expectations for Young. I'm just excited to see him pitch. It's going to go one way or the other.
I agree.
But what I told you last night, we win tonight. We're 8-10. Now we play the Reds and Nationals. Let's go win both series. Let's go 4-2.
Let's do it. Hey, I'm saying, even when 5-6, you're in a really good spot. And I'll tell you what, with the way that the Orioles rotation has had to step up with Grayson and Eflin both going down, obviously Morton hasn't been what everybody has expected, but I've been impressed with Tomo, impressed with Cade Povich, and you're exactly right, Ray. They might be calling you and I up to pitch the next 2 games of the series if things keep going the way that they are. So
I'm available.
Hey, so am I. We'll be the 4 or 5 man. If they call, I'm gonna pick up and I'm gonna go down to Camden Yards. So
I can't be worse than Perez right now. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, you know what? If he gets DFA'd and I see Ray's coming up, I'll know it's the right decision. So
yeah,
man. Anything else on the way out, Ray?
No, just go win tomorrow. If you're at Pickles, come say hi. I'll probably be wearing the same jersey. I only have 3 jerseys, but the other 2 are back at school. So
hey, I love it. I love it, Ray. Appreciate you calling in. We'll talk soon. All right.
Yep. Peace for real.
Go O's. Let's go. All right. Peace out, Ray. All right. Before I get to our next call, and I see Wally sitting back there. We're gonna get Zach on the screen. Zach, can you hear me?
Yeah, Kevin, can you hear me?
I can. I can also see you. I'm showing everybody. My eyes are still here and they still work.
I love it. All right.
So
1 second and sound. I guess loud noise warning if you want to get that out. But
okay. Are you okay?
God,
Oh my God.
about Kevin, this is what we're talking about. Tomo shoving 7 innings, Kevin. Shoving Gunner, long ball. Ryan O'Hearn, long ball. Why is Heston Kjerstad not in the lineup every freaking game? Long ball. Kevin, this is what we've been waiting for. Series win, back-to-back wins. I'm not saying it as a question. I'm saying it as a statement. The O's are fine.
I didn't know what the heck you meant. I thought you meant take you off of the screen because you were about to have like a loud car. I'm glad I brought you back on after a second.
Yeah, Kevin, jeez. Okay, yeah, let's get.
Well, you said loud noise warning.
Yeah, because I was going to start screaming and yelling.
Well, trust me, we heard you. We heard you. That was beautiful.
Thank you,
wow.
Kevin. I've been holding that in.
Man. All right. On that note, let's move it along into call-ins. Wally, I don't know how you're going to follow that one up, but Wally, what's going on, man? Glad you're here.
Wow, that was pretty good. I don't know how I'm going to follow that. How do you follow that?
I don't know.
Hey, you know what I'll do? Look, I'll bring on one of my puppies with me because after Bark Day, look at that.
And you know what? You just followed it up.
I was going to say, you beat me, Wally. You beat me there. Dog always wins.
Love it.
Hey, you know what, Zach? It was good to meet you opening day, and thanks for the T-shirt. So I waited. I was on hold a couple times, and both of the times that I was on hold was for losses. And I decided, you know what? I don't want my first call in to be on a loss because I'm just going to be negative. I'm going to be a Debbie Downer. I'm going to be Zach times 20 because that's who I am. So, because you know what? Let's take it back to opening day. Let's go back to Toronto, right? Yeah. Who would imagine that on what is it? Is today the 16th of April? Is that what it is? 17th. Who would imagine on April 17th we would be just excited over 2 wins in a row? Like
just a series win.
Just a series. I mean, who would imagine? Like, this is what? Wow, we're this far into the season, even though we're not a month in, but 2 wins in a row in our first series win. I feel like I needed it this week. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I lost my father-in-law suddenly on Monday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Not a good week. And you know what? If the Orioles would have been losing, it just would have added on to the bad. So this could not have come at a better time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Wally, first off, sorry for your loss, but we've talked about this before. That's why we love this community so much, and why we love Orioles baseball is it is moments like this where it feels like win or lose, it brings us together, and moments where they do pull it off and we can celebrate it, it makes it that much better.
Absolutely. So now I'm going to bring my hold on a second as I'm bouncing around here. I'm going to bring my other one on screen.
Oh, another.
Oh, double ball!
Let's go.
So yeah,
Man.
I got the double. Yeah. So the puppies are good. I was out tonight. I watched the game with a buddy of mine, and it was good to come home to celebrate a series win.
It was electric. The game was electric. I said it was their most impressive one of the season, even last night. Factoring that in too. It's just when they're on, they're on. They just need to be on more consistently. So
yeah. So can I be honest? I'm not gonna lie. So when the Orioles they went up 1-0, Gunnar hit the home run. I'm super excited, and then Sagano gives up the back-to-back homers, and immediately. Look, I texted my friend. This was my text. I'm like, "Uh-oh, here comes Sagano again."
Oh no. Oh no.
But you know what, Wally? I was watching from my phone, but even I got that once Sagano gave up the 2, it did have that eerie feeling of, oh, can we not do this? Like, can we just find a way to win a ball game?
Can we have something nice, please?
Yeah, it literally.
Just
I was
one
like,
thing. Just one thing.
We're feeling great after the Gunnar homer. All of a sudden, I check. I see a second home solo shot. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, just give me something to celebrate, please.
Especially after the Grayson news today, right? We're like, we need a win tonight. Like, yeah, I mean, so
Vibes.
what is the deal with him? Like, is this going to be his legacy? Like, he really hasn't stayed healthy since he's been in the major leagues.
Unfortunately, that at the moment it looks like that. It is one of those things where my, I guess, biggest fear is that we end up looking back on the career of Grayson Rodriguez as more of a what if than a what he's done. He's got the talent. He when he's healthy, he's as good as they get. But that like you said, right now, if he continues on this streak where it seems like he's just having freak injury and unlucky injury after unlucky injury. It could be another what-if situation in Baltimore.
Yeah, you gotta wonder why. But when a pitcher can't go 162 games and they have a history of injuries, you feel like they're going to be more susceptible because they're putting more strain. Like he hasn't had that full 162 game season yet, so you just feel like that he's going to injure himself before anyone. I don't know. It's tough to say. I just feel bad because all the talent is there. I was thinking this guy, like, he's going to be our next Mike Mussina. But, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's just a small setback and we get him back, but it doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, it's a waiting game now, unfortunately, and it feels like it's been a waiting game with him for months at a time every season. And that's the unfortunate truth with it.
Yeah. It's tough.
So let me ask you guys. Let's just say they come out, I don't know, let's just say devil's advocate. They say, okay, Grayson's done until September. What do they do at that point? I mean, I just don't think the rotation that we have right now is going to get us through. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough call.
If you've already lost enough talent in the rotation, if you lose Grayson for an even more extended period of time, or let's even say maybe he doesn't pitch this season, whatever it may be, worst case, then it makes even more emphasis on they have to go get somebody. Because you can't bank on Bradish coming back. You can't bank on Grayson coming back. All these guys that you're sitting there banking on, when they get healthy, they need to be, okay, best case scenario, they come and they give us a boost. You can't rely or have your plan B, hey, we're going to just wait this out until these guys hopefully come back. Because you can't rely that they're going to, one, come back at all, or two, come back and pitch well enough that they're saving the rotation.
Yeah, agreed. And you know what? As much as we hate to trade top prospects, it seems like that that Mayo may not have a spot on this team. Maybe Mayo is the guy that brings us that arm we need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
to
think
get
that's
talent,
probably
you
how
gotta
it
give up
goes.
talent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that,
if you want talent, you gotta give it up.
yeah, especially because I think when, you have to give something to get something. Like that's essentially
Correct.
what it is. And Basayo to me is untouchable. I don't think you move him in any deal. I think
Agreed.
that's a non-starter. If they feel like Kobe's the future and like they move on from O'Hearn next year and all of a sudden there's a spot, then like you can make that argument. But I think that the Orioles should give themselves the best chance to win now. And I think that while Kobe will end up being a really good player, it just feels like he might be the only chip. And maybe that is for like a Sandy or someone. Like if they can get Sandy for Kobe and a couple of other guys, I'd make that deal 10 times out of 10. So you have to figure
What you gotta hope is that in this situation, if we find out that Grayson can't come back, now teams know we're desperate and they can maybe step on our throat and say, look, we're not going to make this deal unless you give up two of them. Hey, we want Messiah. So they're going to know we're in more of a desperate situation. But we'll see. We got to hope for the best with Grayson, and but if he don't come back, we're gonna be forced into a move.
Yeah, it's gonna have to happen one way or the other, and hopefully Grayson can come back. But Wally, appreciate you calling. Glad it came after a win. Glad you're able to come in the vibes with us. Got anything else before you head out of here?
Nope, that's it. Let's you know what? Let's just make it 3 in a row. Make it an actual streak.
Let's go 3 in a row. You heard it here first. Wally, you're the man. Appreciate you checking in. Talk soon. All right.
Have a good night.
Appreciate you, Wally.
All right. Well, I want to hear your Ironbird story, but we do have one more caller to get to, so let's get her on here.
You don't want to hear the Ironbird story.
And well, we're gonna hear it after this, so be prepared. But we have Laura in the house. The O's are fine. Are we taking out the 4 now, Laura? Is it just the O's are fine?
Put the word out on the street that we back up.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. A series win, 2 wins in a row, get another win. That's a streak. Where's the spicy ramen at, Kevin?
The spicy ramen's in retirement until another bad stretch.
You got to keep eating it every night so we can win.
Well, no, I didn't do it tonight and they won. Maybe they have. You know what? Here, when we're done with this call in, I will go get, because apparently it's just like I have to do a crazy food challenge or something. So I will go grab something when we're done here.
Some pineapple juice. Pineapple juice mixed with spicy ramen. How about that?
I don't know how that sounds.
Heat up the pineapple juice in the microwave and pour it in the ramen.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, man. And I think congratulations are in order for you, Laura.
Yes!
Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, that was mental health, which I wasn't that worried about. The big one tomorrow is med surge. Okay. And I thought I had to get a 90. I have to get a 95. Well, a 94 is the absolute lowest I can get to bring my B up to an A grade, because our final is 45% of the grade in the class. Nursing school is not for the weak.
But you know what? You know we're sending all our good vibes over here to you. So
thank you.
I hope it goes well.
So
how you feeling about the game? How you feeling about the game?
Nobody mentioned our nickname, Tommy Sugar.
Tommy Sugar, let's go.
I mean, just a great outing. I mean, you couldn't ask for more. Outside of asking for like a no-hitter or a perfect game. I mean, he did great tonight. Made it through the 7 innings. Had a couple people on bases there, but was able to get out of the jams. Again, bringing in the mountain at the end. I mean, chef's kiss. Again, he, you were a little worried there for a minute, but again, he shut it down. Love that for him. Love him being able to get his confidence back. So hopefully we will be able to use him in some high leverage situations as long as the team keeps playing the way they're playing. Somebody call Hyde and tell him to stop messing with the lineup. The lineup is fine the way it is.
I thought he did okay tonight, but I agree and with your grand point, which is, you don't want to tinker too much.
Correct. Because, you're having some success here. And we're superstitious, right? Aren't we superstitious in baseball?
I'm one of the most
Yes.
superstitious people you'll meet.
Correct. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Don't fix it. Don't fix it, Hyde. It ain't broke yet. So just keep it going.
Yeah.
Ryan hit the O's. Just say it, Ryan. Just say it.
Maybe he wanted us to finish it. Maybe that's what he was going with. Just
Maybe he
the
wanted me
O's
to.
are fine.
The O's are fine.
Yeah.
That's really all I got, except 10 o'clock tomorrow is the final. I'll know. And the great thing is that as soon as you finish taking it, it lets you know what your score is. So
Okay,
I will
all right,
know by 12 noon whether I passed or not. So
well, we're sending good luck to you. You'll do great.
thank you. I mean, even if I get a B or something, I'll still get a B in the class, but I'm trying to bring my B up to an A because I'm trying to keep the straight A's going.
Oh yeah.
I'm that kind of student.
Let's go. Well, we believe. We believe.
I know you guys got me. So Zach, what's the Ironbird story?
Oh my God, it was so fun for 8 innings.
No one can be me, Zach. That's the problem. No one can be
Kevin,
me.
we had a no-hitter into the 6th. That's the issue.
I know. How many times did you and Mike talk about it?
Oh, like
Zach?
the whole time. We kept on bringing up. I was like, we're doing it. I was like, we're beating Kevin's no-hitter tonight.
And I know your heart sank when that hit came through.
Oh my gosh, Kevin! It sank even more when the Ironbirds were 2 outs away from a win and then gave up 5 in the 9th.
Maybe you need to eat some spicy ramen, Zach.
No,
Yeah, Zach.
there was some poor fielding. Felt like I was watching the Orioles over the past few weeks in that 9th inning. But overall, Ironbirds did the pitching looked great. The pitching looked great for the Ironbirds despite the last inning kind of blow up. Michael Ferret, pitcher for the Orioles, just turned 21 years old. Kid's going to be a star. Five no-hit innings, 9 strikeouts, retired his last. Actually struck out 9 of his last 10 or 8 of his last 9. So
Nice.
retired 11 in a row. He's going to be a star. Kid's going to be a star.
Nice. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear about the new kids coming up. So
love it. All right.
All
Laura,
right,
anything
guys.
else on the way out?
Nope. I'm still waiting for your draft board, Kevin. So other than that,
Well, you know what? On Locked On Ravens, we're gonna get to it next week.
Okay.
And actually, I saw a comment. I'll get to it. I did a whole big Bleacher Report thing today with the mock draft, and I've been on one guy the whole time. So
all right.
that'll be
All
over
right.
there.
Well,
All right, Laura.
Kevin Blues Striker. You're the newest Blues brother here with the glasses.
Or
So
Kevin Eye Striker.
you just need to get the little fedora hat and everything else.
Hey, I might have to.
There you go.
I might have to. All
Kevin,
right,
all
Laura.
right, guys.
Appreciate you as always. We'll talk soon. All right.
Always a pleasure. See you tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, a pleasure.
Boom. Man, Zach, I was saying, Zach's texting me the Ironbirds blew the lead, and I thought you meant like it was 1 run. Like it was a 1-run game, and they could do it in the 9th. And I checked, and I literally was like, oh, wow, no, they put up a 5 spot.
Oh, no, when I texted you, they just blew the lead. It was just a 1-run game still. It then escalated. I'm talking ground balls underneath the second baseman's glove. I'm talking, they had the guy dead to rights at home, and the cutoff guy just simply dropped the ball. That would have stopped the tying run. They probably, at worst, that 9th inning should have scored 2 runs. They scored 5. Just tough. It was tough.
Yeah. Tough scene. When
through 5 2/3 inning, we had a no-hitter, and me and Mike kept going. We were like, this is kind of crazy. If we get like another inning or 2 into this, it's going to get stressful. And then they gave up the double.
Man. All right. Well, I will go as promised and get my thing.
Yeah, I'm sure
Zach,
you'll go.
if you want to talk with my background present, why don't you give your recap of the game while I go get my thing?
Yeah, I'll get my recap of the game.
Okay. All right. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Awesome, everyone. Welcome to Kevin and Zach React. Pay no attention to the man behind Kevin's blank background. Yeah, so let's talk about the game today. I did not watch a single pitch, but I followed every single one on the ESPN app, and I do know one thing, and that's Tomo shoved. Tomoyuki Sugano, I've been preaching it since the day we signed him. This is the wild card in the Orioles rotation, the Ravens. I'm thinking draft. My bad, guys. This is the wild card in the Orioles rotation. He can be that difference maker. He can be that ace-type pitcher. He's one of the greatest pitchers to ever live in Japan. End of sentence. If you look at all he's accomplished, he's a multi-time MVP. He's one of the greatest pitchers they've ever had. This guy knows how to pitch, and he knows how to win ball games, and that's exactly what he did tonight. I said we're done with the cold weather for Tomo. He's gotten a few starts underneath him. I felt really good going into tonight, and all he did was go 7 innings, 2 earned runs, and that's exactly what this team needed. That's exactly what the bullpen needed. You get to rest some guys. It's a 4-run game, so Felix gets in a little bit less high leverage. He pitches for the first time. Just overall, it felt like I saw Pitching Ninja posted Seranthony Dominguez's strikeout. That looked cool. I'm sure people were hyped about that, so I'm glad about that. But overall, that I'm glad the guy's Gunner finally got some air underneath one of his 109-mile-per-hour exit velo hits. O'Hearn continues to mash, and then Heston said keep him in the damn lineup. Kevin, what we doing?
What?
I don't know. I just ended my recap with Kevin. What we doing? I just thought it was something we could do. I don't know.
Yeah. What are we doing? We're winning. Girls are winning.
Hell yeah, Kevin.
They're winning. Zach is screaming from the rooftops.
Literally, actually from the car, but same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
maybe from the roof of your car next time.
The amount of traffic at 10:26 p.m. on 95 is kind of ridiculous. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, that drive actually can be very underrated traffic-wise.
Yeah, why am I slowing down at 10:26 p.m.?
Yeah. Okay. Well, since apparently the new thing is I do a food challenge after every win, or just like do something weird with food.
I think we're just doing things,
Yeah, that's what we do things here on
Kevin and Zach React. We do things. Make the shirt.
Yeah, I think Myra snuck her way in here, actually. But okay. So here's what I have. I have discovered a new drink at the grocery store. It's my orange drink. All right, it's my orange drink. I don't know if you can see it. Well, you're driving, so you probably can't see.
Well, I glanced down and I just see.
Okay.
Kevin, isn't that the stuff that they gave us in elementary school, like in the carton?
I don't know, but it's good. So this is my orange drink jug. I have a glass here. You can pour.
I was wondering if you were going to chug this thing. I was like, what is he doing?
If I'm gonna chug it.
That's why I was looking at that. I was like, Kevin, that's a lot.
I'm not. I could not know if I could not drink this entire thing. Absolutely.
Not one chug, that's for sure.
So we're gonna pour some of this orange drink, and we're gonna have a good time. And by that I mean we're gonna drink it. It actually is very good.
Kevin, I'm like 95% sure that's what we had when we were younger. I'm just.
I did not have this in elementary school. I wish I did.
I was gonna say I feel
And
like
no, there's no alcohol. This is literally just orange drink. That's
it's not a
there's
Borg.
no
Yeah,
alcohol.
I didn't think that. I had a feeling that wasn't a Borg.
So this is the good guy color. This is the good guy color.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the orange shirt. We got the orange drink. We're gonna cheers. We're And a drink.
I love being silent during these. Just, I feel like a broadcaster letting the moment breathe. Chug, 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 chug. Yeah! The O's are fine!
Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
Never a doubt, Kevin.
I don't even know if I could describe the taste. It tastes like
Hell
Oh.
yeah! I'm sorry, did you hear the car?
Oh, yeah. That's what it sounds like outside my place every day.
Don't you love it? Kevin, that was a good win.
It was a very good one.
We needed that.
And I did play the song, but it wasn't as cool than you doing it is cooler.
Kevin, I feel like that middle-aged dad looking at rain after it hasn't rained in a while. He's like, we needed that. I feel like that after watching the O's win to a show. Like, we needed that. Like, at the end of the day, we needed that.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you. This is why we do it. And Wally, appreciate you for the $2. This might be the best post game of the year. We're having fun. It's fun when the Orioles win. I'm very glad we got to talk to you as well. So appreciate you for calling in. Appreciate you for the message. Wins just cure everything, don't they, Zach?
Winning does. Like, genuinely, it is funny because, we can say the old cliche of, winning cures everything. It is so hard to complain about the game because, like, in baseball, you play 160 are going to be ugly. End of sentence. You are going to win some games that you should not win, and you're going to lose some games that you should not lose. But even when the O's don't play great, even no matter what's going on, it always feels good after a win because you can talk about the downs, you can talk about things that maybe didn't work out great, but if it ends in a win, there really is nothing to complain about. You have at the end of the day, don't get them. Doesn't matter if they're pretty. They don't at the end of the year, subtract wins that you didn't earn. They don't subtract wins that they're like, well, you probably lost this. You don't get. You also don't get participation trophies. The goal of this is to win ball games. So yes, Kevin, winning's fun. Winning cures everything. I don't care. We watched the O's get no hit going into the 6th inning a few days ago. Ended up winning and better. It's one of those things. You can put up with all the negatives. You can put up with all the, nitpicky things. Long as at the end of the day, after 27 outs have been recorded, you can put one in the win.
Ugh. That's right.
Did he just leave?
No.
Oh, yeah! Lyra!
Yeah, she snuck in, so now she has to be on the camera.
I was so confused. I looked down to be like, is he just like, what's he doing? And you just weren't there.
Although she likes to be held like this. She doesn't like to be held like normally. She just likes to.
You don't want that.
She's the star, not me. Myra, what are you doing here? Do you have anything to say about the Orioles?
Look at
No thoughts. No thoughts on the Orioles. She said, "I have nothing. Get me out of here." Okay. She's curious about the drink. Yeah, she's curious about the drink.
She's not satisfied with 2 wins. She knows that it's a long season. You gotta win more. I like that. She understands it. She gets it.
She does. She does. Well, you know what? Great win. I don't know if you heard. I'm sick. I got 2 more hits tonight. Bobby Witt and Corey Seager got the job done. So we're 6 for 6.
6 for 6?
6 for 6. I was gonna pick Seti too, remember, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And I'm glad I didn't because he didn't get a hit.
So,
So
25 days left. 3 days down, 25 left to 5.6 mil.
dude, and I upped your winning percentage to $56, but then Aviator reminded me you haven't given me a White Star hat, so it went down to 56 cents. So
that makes sense. Kevin, I'm killing it though on home run predictions on the.
I know, yeah, dude.
Tuesday I said Juan Soto was my pick. What?
What?
Oh, you cut out.
Oh no, you cut out.
You cut out.
No, you cut out.
Oh, yeah. I was just
Try. Yeah, see, the
correcting
king of
my-
gaslighting is back, trying to gaslight me into saying that I was the one that cut out.
Okay, Kevin. I don't know which one of us cut out because I'm driving, but I knew one of us all of a sudden there was no communication for a few seconds. So
Yeah. I see how it is. I see how it is. Jeez. Well, all right. Let's talk. All right. Let's do one more baseball conversation. Spirit Bomb asking, thought of facing a lefty tomorrow. Is there any hope of a competent lineup? You have to play Heston and Jackson, but we know the Orioles don't do that.
Yeah,
against
funny,
lefties.
Kevin. Watch them. Yeah, enjoy Ramon Laureano and Jorge Mateo. Sorry, Kevin.
Hey, you said it, not me. If that happens, it's your fault.
Yeah, I would love for them to, prove me wrong. But I have yet to see them go up against a lefty and put together a lineup that I go, yeah, that makes sense, or that's a good lineup. In no way should Heston Kjerstad be out of that lineup tomorrow. Absolutely no way in hell. I understand Jackson, maybe he hasn't been hitting the greatest. Maybe you want to give him another breather, whatever. There is no way in hell that Heston Kjerstad should not be in that starting lineup, at least DHing tomorrow. I don't care that it's a lefty. Let your best players freaking hit, and let your hottest player at the moment, besides probably Ryan O'Hearn, Heston Kjerstad is balling right now. And the worst thing you could do is put him on the bench because you're like, ooh, lefty matchup. Let the kid hit.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it would be such a step forward tomorrow if that ends up happening.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be so real. I just got pretty mad about this. I'm starting to get upset right now just thinking of the thought of them benching Kjerstad tomorrow. And I'm not going to lie.
My prediction is they play both. My prediction is they play both.
I'm not going to lie, Kevin. I'm starting to get pissed off right now. I'm thinking about them releasing that lineup tomorrow without Kjerstad in it, and I'm starting to make myself upset.
Yeah, I think they play both, but if they don't, it is malpractice. So I think that kind of that's kind of the story.
Yeah, play your best players. You've won 2 straight. Let's see some consistency. I'll tell you what. People are going to look at Brandon Hyde a lot different tomorrow if he rolls out that exact same lineup as he did today.
Yeah, I agree.
He would be a lot happier with him because I'll tell you this: they throw a lefty out tomorrow. He puts one of those BS lefty bats and or lefty lineups where it's like, oh, we're putting Ramon and we're putting Jorge in. We're taking guys out. Gary Sanchez is playing. If he does that and the O's lose tomorrow, those Brandon Hyde firing whispers and people getting upset with him and saying that he's not the guy, they're not going to get any quieter. Yep.
Get a win and do it with the lineup that works. Don't get cute. That's what I'm going to say. So, anything else on the way out, Zach? I think that's about all.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there at Pickles tomorrow. So if you're there, I'll be there with my.
And Ray, you missed it. Ray said he's going tomorrow and Saturday too. So
I'll be there. I will be there with my lovely girlfriend. So come say hi. We'll be over at 105.710. Probably it's annoying Ryan while he's on. So if you're at Pickles tomorrow, come say hi. Only Kevin.
Love it. All right. Well, that's all we have for you here on Kevin and Zach React. A great vibes post-game stream. Orioles win 6-2. Again, this is Kevin and Zach React. We're here for you after every single Orioles game, win or loss. We've had some great games to react to. We've had some not so great games to react to, but we react nonetheless. So Be sure you hit the like and subscribe button here. If you want to follow me and my journey on TikTok, you can do that over at Cash Circuit 34. We're 6 for 6. We're trying to win $5.6 million, and Zach will get 56 cents. And we are going for it. So be sure to stick here on the channel. We'll be back talking Orioles baseball tomorrow, starting off a 3-game set with the Cincinnati Reds. Old friend Austin Hayes returning to Baltimore. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. Austin Hayes.
Travis Snyder. I was going to say Hayes.
That was a good one.